Hey everybody, this is Kate Purvis, and this week I want to share with you how to create your course plan. This is where everything gets exciting because you get to use some of the information that you've been collecting, especially last week. You were able to find and hopefully download, print, and save your curriculum flowchart, which we'll call your CFC, and the baccalaureate degree plan from the your first choice of universities from their website. So hopefully you have those two documents saved and downloaded and printed. And this week we're going to get a chance to talk about how to use those documents to make a course plan that's specific to your needs. So let's look a little closer into one of those documents, the curriculum flowchart. You'll see on the left that this is the curriculum flow chart for the Associate in Arts. There's actually two formats. There's the Associate in Arts page 1 and page 2, and it's the exact same document, it's just formatted differently. So if this on the left is easier for you to use, this one is organized by year. So you can see it's saying that your first year, first semester, these are the courses that are suggested that you take. Your first year, second semester, these are the courses that are suggested that you take, and so on. But you see only a few are actually listed as required. The rest are categories that you choose from. So if it says communications, humanities, and fine arts elective, you see that little, this is a little bit of a review for last week, but I'll go ahead and share with you. That footnote there means to look down here for the first footnote, and these are the choices that you have to pick from to fulfill this community, humanity, fine arts requirement. You see it says a 3-credit course, and so you would look down here in this, what we call a pick list, and choose one of these courses to fulfill that requirement. And you would just keep plugging those courses in each semester and checking them off until you get to your 61 hours that's required. Now, this is the same information, it's just formatted a little differently. On the right, you'll see that it's actually formatted by category. So you can see right away your Englishes. There are 2 that are required. They are both worth 3 credits for a total of 6. You need 9 semester hour credits of humanities, communications, and fine arts, and this is your pick list here. These are the ones you can choose from to fulfill those 9 hours, and so on throughout the list. You'll see how many credit hours are required and the courses that you get to pick from to fulfill those requirements. It's the same thing for the Associate in Science. Page 1 or page 2, you can use whichever one works best for you. It's the same information, again, just in a different format. But this gives you lots of information how to achieve the associate degree here at Beaufort. Now, it would seem at first that that would be all you need. So if this is a list, it would look like, if I want to finish my associate degree in 2 years, I would take about 15 credit hours each semester, 15, 16 credit hours each semester, and after 4 semesters or 2 years, I would have my Associate in Arts or my Associate in Science degree, and I could just follow this plan. That's a very short-sighted way of thinking, however, and what I want to show you today is how to use the other document we found, the BDP, or your baccalaureate degree plan, to help you plan your short-term goal, which is your associate degree, with your long-term goal, which is your bachelor's degree, in mind. That will save you a lot of time and a lot of money. So we don't want to just go through and start picking classes blindly. We want to think about what our long-term goals are as well. So let me show you an example of that. So let's say we want to earn our Associate in Arts here at Beaufort. You'll see our checklist, our curriculum flowchart on the left, and you'll see that just for instance, the math that is required is typically 171. Now, if we look down here at the bottom, you'll see in this red rectangle, there are three maths that are that will fulfill your math requirement. You could take Math 143, Math 152, or Math 171. They recommend 171 because that's usually the math that's most required at most universities. And you can see here, if this person were to want to transfer to, after they earn their associate degree in 2 years, if they wanted to transfer to ECU to earn their Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, then you can see, you see on the left, these are the courses that ECU requires, and on the right, these are the courses that are the equivalent at Beaufort. So they do, in fact, require or recommend, you see that REC, they recommend Math 171. So when I'm choosing my math, I would most definitely choose Math 171 because it would count for my associate degree at Beaufort and my bachelor's degree at ECU. So I'm able to, quote unquote, kill two birds with one stone and save a lot of money. I wouldn't want to choose, if you look down here at the bottom, 143, although that would fulfill the requirement for my associate in arts degree. I wouldn't want to take that because it would not count for anything at ECU. So that wouldn't be the wisest choice on my part. Let me show you another example. This is a lot, but I'm going to walk you through it. This is someone that is earning their associate in arts at Beaufort. You'll see here on the left, there's their CFC. And on the right, they want to transfer to ECU for a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. So you'll see that same thing down at the bottom, any of these three maths would fulfill the math requirement. They recommend Math 171, but if we look at the university requirements for the psychology degree, they actually recommend Math 152. So now I've got a decision to make. I'm going to see, though, if I did take the 152, would it count for both my psychology and my associate, my bachelor's in psychology and my associate in arts? So if I look at the fine print at the bottom, do they accept Math 152 for my associates? Yes, that will actually, it says here that it, 171 is typically recommended, but in this situation, I know my long-term goal is to get a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from ECU, and they're going to require Math 152. And if it counts for both, rather than choosing 171, I'm going to choose Math 152. Because if I choose Math 152, it will count for my Associate in Arts degree at Beaufort, and it will count for my Bachelor's of Arts degree in Psychology at ECU. Now here's something else that we commonly see that, depending on the school, can be very different. It differs from school to school, so you want to be careful. You have a lot of choice in your associate in arts. You see these blue boxes. There's a lot of electives where seemingly you could choose any general ed or UGETSI course, one per semester, and as long as it's a general ed or a UGETSI course, it looks like you could choose any of these down here in this blue box on the left, and it should fulfill your associate in arts degree requirements. However, that's a little misleading, because if you look on the right at the blue boxes, you'll see that to get that psychology, the Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology at ECU, they require 4 levels. You see foreign language level 1, foreign language level 2, level 3, and level 4. They require 4 foreign languages to earn the Bachelor's of Arts degree in psychology. So those electives, although it lists a lot of courses down here that I could choose, the smartest thing for me to do is to choose this Spanish 111, Spanish 112, Spanish 211, and Spanish 212, because it would fulfill the elective requirements for my associate in arts on the left, while at the same time fulfill my foreign language requirements over here on the right for my BA in psychology. So I'm hoping you're starting to see that you want to plan your short-term goal with your long-term goal in mind. You really need to look at that BDP, the baccalaureate degree plan, what the transfer university is requiring, and that should guide the choices that you choose at Beaufort, which courses to take. Here's another example. Same student, let's say rather than they want to earn their associate in arts, which is on the left at Beaufort, and rather than going to, I'm going to back up for just a second, rather than going to ECU for their bachelor's degree in psychology, let's say they said, I don't want to go to ECU, I want to go to UNC Chapel Hill. So if you can see in the top left, this is the BDP, or the baccalaureate degree plan, for the same degree, a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology, but this is a different school. This is what UNC requires. So same degree, different school. So let's see how that works out. You can see on the left, the Associate in Arts typically requires 171, and on the right, you can see up at the top that they, at UNC, they require Math 171 as well. So Math 171 would be the math that I choose, not down here at the bottom where it says, Math 143 or 152 or 171. All of those could fulfill my math requirement for my associate's degree, but I know my long-term goal to get my Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology at UNC Chapel Hill, they're requiring Math 171, so I most definitely should choose that one. You can also see that at UNC Chapel Hill, rather than 4 foreign languages, they require 3 foreign languages. So I know on the left, for my associate degree, 3 of those electives should be foreign languages. Now the 4th elective, I would have to look a little bit deeper into this baccalaureate degree plan to see what else they require to choose that before I decide to choose that elective. So my point is, if you look down here at the bottom of your associate curriculum flowchart, it looks like you have a lot of choices, but those choices need to be guided by your BDP. Don't make any decision on your curriculum flowchart. Don't choose any course that's not going to count for both your associate degree and your your bachelor's degree. I can't stress that enough. And this is something that these 2 documents, your curriculum flowchart, your baccalaureate degree plan, or your BDP, you should be, and most of you did, sharing with your advisor so that the both of you can be talking about this and looking, combining what the requirements are so you can make the most efficient plan for yourself. And that's what you're going to be doing this week. So to prepare for this, I want to make sure that you know to do this week's assignment and to plan in the most efficient way, you need at least 3 documents that you're going to be working with. Your Beaufort curriculum flowchart for whatever associate degree you're working toward, your baccalaureate degree plan, or your BDP, which is your checklist from the university that you're planning to attend, and you need to either the Associate in Arts course plan or the Associate in Science course plan, which is attached to the assignment this week, and they'll look a little bit, I know this is really hard to see, I'm sorry, but this is the course plan that you're going to turn in to me this week and also share with your advisor. So you'll just be able to click on the attachment and see this a lot better, but it shows basically it's another version of your curriculum flowchart, but you're going to use this to plan out. You're going to type in exactly which Englishes are you going to take, which humanities are you going to take, which social and behavioral sciences are you going to take, and you're going to list those after looking at both your curriculum flowchart. Let me get back. After you look at both documents, you're going to decide which humanities am I going to take, which natural sciences do I need, which social sciences do I need, and you're going to be using that baccalaureate degree plan, the one on the right, to help guide your decision. So this should be the finished product, and it's going to be so nice for you to have because you will have already done all the work. This is what you would take to your advisor to say, hey, next semester, these are the humanities courses I need because they're going to count for my associate's degree and they're going to count for my baccalaureate degree. Let's look over this, make sure I'm doing this correctly, but you'll have such an easier time with registration working from this document with your advisor. I know that was a lot of information. I hope that made it a little bit more clear for you, but as always, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me. I'd be glad to schedule a virtual or face-to-face session, and I can walk you through this. So don't hesitate to contact me. Hope you are all doing well. Contact me if you need me. Thanks.